Man, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Just really want to jump on here. Um, just a little bit, man. Just really want to put my thing. What's going on with the stimulus? I mean, right now, the government is talking about increasing the stimulus to from 1,200 to 1,500. Um, somewhat okay. Still not really something to survive on for whatever how long they need to survive on. I know you got, they talk about a furlough for 3 months or 90 days or something like that, or even 4 months, and there's still a potential of you have to pay back the months that you was unable to pay mortgage or rent or whatever type of housing that you have. Um, so $1,500 is okay, but it's not really enough. I mean, you gotta have a stimulus of at least $5,000, $10,000 to really put an impact on people's survival. Um, but in the same time, let's be real with it. Um, if you are in certain industries that is still rolling without no pause or something like that, you're not really going to be affected with a shutdown or whatever type of stress you have during this pandemic because you've been working. You never stopped. You constantly getting your money. If you make good money in your job, you're making over 50,000, 60,000. I mean, I say this, if you're in the top, between the top 10 and even the top maybe 40%, 30%, you're really not going to be really bothered um, what's going on right now. I mean, it's kind of certain industries are not really as affected. Um, so the money's still there. So I mean, it's kind of like a give or take. But ain't nobody going to take no, say no to free money. I mean, especially I mean, like I said, I'm never going to say no to free money. Um, Hell, I'm trying to get like my people. I'm trying to get reparations from my people. So money that's owed and due to us. But yeah, if you give us some money, some free money to help us out through the economy, yeah. But I know from just basic sense and basic common sense, uh, Democrats don't really give out money like that. They don't give out stimulus like that. Um, it's actually kind of crazy if you think about it. Of when you think of stimulus checks or free top up checks or money to the public, it's normally almost under a Republican presidency like Bush, Trump. You know what I'm saying? And something like Obama or Clinton that never really. Even I think even there was some type of stimulus even with in the Reagan administration. So um, that's kind of like the assumption of what everybody think of about getting a stimulus package or getting something for the public or the people. That you think Democrats should be naturally professing or advocating, they don't do. They do quite the opposite. So I mean, just give or take. But I really want to jump on what's going on with this COVID vaccine that everybody's talking about is going to be coming out this year, the end of December, the beginning of January. Even though to me it's very quick, vaccines are no cure. It's just a prevented. It's a prevented type of medication that really is not 100%, not even sometimes 99%, or even in a 95% effective rate. As you know, some of these like coronaviruses and some of these strains can adapt, mutate, evolve. So, and vaccines are basically an injection of um, a dead virus of what you are basically trying to get, build your immune up. So it's kind of be damn don't. It's almost of a no common sense type of rationale of thinking. But yeah, right now they're trying to do the stimulus, but they're coming with a requirement that you might have to take a vaccine for the COVID to get the stimulus for the COVID relief. Um, I think to myself, I think that's more not that's going into the realm of socialism and aristocracy. And the reason why I say it's going into the realm of socialism and aristocracy, and I put aristocracy up in front, is you having a certain elite of like a author, like a Erica, like a autocracy or something like that. That's becoming a ruling group, a ruling entity of ruling the entire nation. You have companies and corporations, especially in pharmaceutical, getting tied in with the politicians of today now, tying this vaccine that's basically not just, it's not really curing the virus or even stopping the virus. It's almost like a preventive, but it's not even safe really, um, to be forced to be taken. And it's not going to be a free vaccine. No source of ways. You're going to have to pay for this vaccine. So it's just a lot of things that needs to be addressed. I'm basically looking at it right now, and it's kind of turning into more of a socialism, but it's turning more aristocracy because it's almost like a certain select of uh, quote elite citizens is now making or proposing laws that's profitable to be forced on upon the people. So this is kind of scary in certain things because this is um, some people, like I said, they prefer um, have no common or bust with aristocracy. But like I said, aristocracy is almost like what happened with the Confederate and slavery about 150 years ago. In some aspect, you had an aristocracy society that was wrapped in a slave society that that is capitalism and everything else, and that's kind of like what's now the United States is now turning into. Is um, like I said, I think like I said, democracy started. That was a concept. It started in Greece, but it was even really it wasn't even preferred in ancient Greece. It was actually aristocracy that was actually preferred. Um, Even though a lot of scholars maybe today will maybe argue it is, but it's morphing into that type of structure of society and almost of a governance. So definitely to be aware that a lot of states are now starting to interact with a lot of law that is going into the realm of basically of like I would say socialism with a little bit of you would say tyranny, and even maybe a little bit of aristocracy because you're now having the pharmaceutical and some of these pharmaceutical companies making these vaccines. It's being forced upon people to take for basically of a meaning of survival, and that just to me just don't fly well. Um, as being a human, have being a human being, you should have that individual right and free will that you're not going to take it and you should not be forced to take some, especially something that's in the realm of health or really can affect your body in certain type of ways or aspect. To me, I think that's a very dangerous concept and a dangerous way of what America and these government is trying to do with this vaccine. And definitely their rationale of pushing this really into the black community. And I mean, they rarely talk about the brown, Hispanic, whatever the community they want to talk about. But this is really being pushed among the black community, to really be the first in line to get this COVID vaccine. And I'm definitely not with it. I'm definitely not with it. I advise nobody to do it. Um, you got people that's perfectly fine from this COVID. 'Cause I think pretty much 80 to 90%, 80% of the country have dealt with COVID at one point in time in this year. And yes, some did die, but a lot of people survived it. Um, so definitely, like I said, I mean, you take your precautions, the mask, the social distance, but in the same regard, you shouldn't take something that normally takes a good amount of years, like at least 3 years at the shortest, to be developed. So within a year, it shouldn't even be pushed, and most vaccines are not even approved. So this is something that I urge a lot of people to definitely have a keen sense of not just taking or rushing to take. Like I said, this move, what they're trying to do is, it's not democratic, not democratic, it ain't nothing. It's going into almost like a socialist or aristocracy, because it's getting pushed from a certain type of elite class of people to push for something that's profitable, and that's something that needs to be addressed. All right, that's not democracy. That's something completely different. But yeah, man, let me just say, man, hit you guys on the comment, subscribe, and I'll get with you guys real soon. All right, one.